Hello everybody, I'm really excited about today's video because I've been looking for a while now for a piece of land to grow more fruit trees. Now on this channel you can see updates in my current garden that I have, and everybody says it looks so big when they see me walking around showing people my trees, but it's really not big. It's less than a quarter acre that I have in my house here. Well, recently I decided to look for more property to grow more trees, and just 2 houses over from mine I found a place where I'm able to plant my trees, and I've planted over 100 trees in the last couple of weeks here, in the last couple of months, and I want to show you today what I've done, and going to monitor this over time. And if you're watching and you had any suggestions or ideas, please, that's one of the reasons I make these videos. I've learned so much from my viewers, so if you have suggestions or ideas, or you think something I did is a good idea or a bad idea, please comment below the video. So in looking at this property here, the first thing to notice is the sun is coming from this way. So the sun has come from this way. Now, my last property that I currently have, I made some mistakes in growing stuff. I had to move things around a lot, and I'm always learning. And there's several people that are always teaching me how to best position the fruit trees, especially when I'm beginning. And a big shout out to some of you all, Bobby and Leaph and Rob and Ram and all you guys that have helped me over the years with this. But I've kept a lot of notes about the questions I've had for these people, and people have these questions for me. So I'm going to be making videos about a lot of the tips and suggestions they had given me as I'm doing these videos. Now, my other house is a couple of houses over, and the sun is coming from the same direction. But I made the mistake, not knowing what to do years ago, planting coconut trees and jackfruit trees on this side of the property where the sun was blocking all these other trees from getting sun. Sun and water are essential for trees, especially new trees as they're growing. So you don't want to put the big things in the way of the sun. Also, another mistake I made is I grew some bigger trees up front. I have coconuts right in front of my house, and then I grew some smaller trees out back. And what they told me was you want to grow from lower to higher. So the trees in the front of the house would be more smaller, and as you go back, the trees towards the back of the house would get bigger. So those are 2 things to consider: the front to the back, and also the position of the sun, lower to taller as well. So in this property, I've already made a few mistakes and moved some things around, and I know I'm going to be continuing to do some more moving around and things, but I'm feeling really good about where things are currently. Thanks to these people for coming out and showing me these things, and even with the mistakes, it's going to work. And that's how you learn, by trying and experimenting. I've heard some things, some concepts that doesn't seem like it would work, but people are doing it and it's working. So even if you have made mistakes or you're doing something different than what I'm suggesting, don't be too down on yourself about it. So the first thing is, this is to consider. So the gate's going to be right here. I'm going to put a gate right here, the front gate. Now, in the neighborhood I live, people like to liberate food. So it's not like you're in some private area where you could just plant mangoes up front and expect nobody's going to liberate them or borrow them, right? So I have to keep that in mind. Some of you might say, why are you planting that there? Why are you doing that? Because I got to keep that in mind in the neighborhood I'm in. You want to put stuff up front that's green or unknown. You don't want to put mangoes, the first thing, right over the fence where somebody could just grab them, because they will take them. So green and unknown are 2 things. So some of the things I have here, and I just want to go over these ideas so you get an idea, is Sapodillas, white Sapotes, and Guavas. Now these are things that are known. People know what they are, but they're not as common as mangoes or jackfruits. And so so what I've done here is the gate's going to be right here, and we're going to see the progress of this as we go on. So right here in the front, I have pink guava, and I have 1, 2, and 3. These are going to be my front 3 trees here. And I might change this out later on. The reason why I put the guava here was because it's not the most popular fruit, and I'm going to keep them small. Guava trees can get quite big, but I'm going to keep them on the smaller side. And I got a great deal at Home Depot for $10 for each of these trees. So I just wanted to fill something in the front now. And as we come back here, I have some mango trees. Now these mango trees are dwarf mango trees that I have in the front yard. Remember, lower to higher. The sun's coming from here, the front of the house, so I'm keeping things lower here. So I just want to explain the mango trees I had. Now this mango tree was here This was the only tree that was here. This is a Julie mango. The problem is the person that put this in didn't understand that if it's not grafted, it's probably not going to do much for many years, and when it does, you might not get a good tasting mango. But it's been here for several years. I'm leaving it here for now because it's been here for so long. We'll see what it does, but it's from a seed, so I'm not too enthusiastic about it. But I use that to scape out the garden here. So here, right here, is a tree that I have. This is a Rosy Gold. Right here, there's a small tree, and that's right here in the front here. And over here, I have a honey kiss, another small tree. Now, I had all these mangoes at my other property, and they were in pots, these smaller trees. But I was glad when I got this, I could just put them together here. So we have a honey kiss here. This one is Juliet, which is a sister to the Julie. Another smaller tree right here. And this one is another compact tree. This is called a Tess Pollock mango. A Tess Pollock mango. So some of you are asking or wondering where I live. I'm in South Florida, and there's several different places where to get mangoes down here. Truly tropical Excalibur fruit trees, but the majority of my trees came from my friend Leaph, and I'll put his information below. If you're on Facebook, on any mango site, you know who he is. He's going to get you good quality mangoes at the best prices. So I got a lot of my mango trees from him, and a lot of my other trees as well. But those are the main places down here you can get them, those three places. So this one here is our honey kiss, we said. Here we have a dwarf Hawaiian tree, another small tree right here in the front. And now I have two trees here that are not necessarily dwarf trees, but Leaf told me, you know, they're Vietnam trees and mango trees, and they stay green when they're ripe. So green mangoes are okay in the front. I just got to keep them small, and that's my plan on this property, is to keep all the trees small. No tree bigger than maybe 8 feet at the most. So I am able to plant them closer together. I know it's more work, but I'm going to attempt to do that. But these are two green mangoes. This one's a Moon Kun Si mango, and this one is Prime Kai Mei mango. Now, I've tasted this one. I've tasted a good amount of these. I haven't tasted that one. Some people say you should never plant a mango tree until you taste it. Well, I'm going on the experience of some people and the internet and so on some of these, but most of these I've tasted myself. So that's it. Just this area here. I got my guavas, I got my mangoes. I'm set here on this first part, and there's several different parts I want to show you. Let's look at the other side of the front yard, and I'll show you what I decided to do there. Okay, so here's the other side of the front yard, and this is a double lot. And one of the things I love about this property is a whole extra lot where I can grow stuff. And the fence is going to be here, and I didn't make the same mistake that I made in the other property, is planting a whole bunch of coconuts in front that's going to shade out a lot of the things in the yard. Now, I do have a coconut over there that I didn't show you yet. That's at the edge of the property, but it's more towards the street, and it's not going to affect anything there. So that's the only coconut I have over there, and it's a dwarf coconut. So on this property, I put along the back wall, I have 3, and I might even add a 4th one, just coconuts going along the back. Again, the sun's coming from this way. The coconuts are the tallest trees, and they're going to be all the way to the back of the property. So that is, after moving things around, that's the advice I got, and I think it's going to be a much better position that way. So now, I made a video previously about trees that I moved from another property that I had to this property, and this was one of those trees. This is a Sapodilla tree. Sapodilla is a great tree to have up front in a neighborhood where you might be concerned about people taking the food. It grows on the bigger side, even though you can't keep them small. They don't all ripen at the same time, and a lot of people don't know what they are. So I have a Sapodilla tree that I successfully moved, and that'll be my first tree once the fence is in. So that's there. And over here along the edge of the driveway, I planted some fig trees. And I'll see how those go. It's different varieties of figs. So we'll see how those go. And I also have many other fig trees that I left in the pots, but these 3 I put in the ground just to test it, and I've had good success with fig trees over the years, and I've also had bad success. So let's see how those go. They're smaller trees. I'm going to keep them on the smaller side, but I have the Sapodilla and the coconuts behind that and the fig trees here. Now this whole area here is the driveway that's going to go to the back. So there's a fence coming that's going to be separating the front from the backyard, and this is going to go all the way straight to the back. This is going to open up. So I left this area open for that. And coming over here, I just put this in. This is another Sapodilla tree. It's a different variety. I don't know what variety that one is because I got it a long time ago and I don't remember, but this is a Alano Sapodilla. So I have the Alano Sapodilla here, right here. Now, I've already made a video talking about the trees that I moved, and this was one of them that wasn't completely 100% successful. This was a white Sapote. I'm waiting to see what happens with that, but for some reason, if that stays, wonderful. It's a great spot. It's in the front yard, and it's great. But if it doesn't stay, then I have a spot right where I'm standing here, in line here, for another big tree in the front yard. And I'm planning on putting an avocado here, actually. I can keep that a different size, but I'm moving that from another property. I'm going to put it right here, and then I'm going to put one other coconut back there if this tree doesn't make it. If this tree makes it, I'm going to leave it just like that, and that's fine. So, coming here to the back, this is where the fence will be, and this will be the opening for the cars or the trucks to drop off all the compost or whatever it is here. So, we have several different trees. We have this tree right here is an Akia tree. So this is going to grow nice over here. I'm not sure how big they get, but we have an Akia tree here. And on this side, again, the sun's coming from this way, so I wanted to leave the back row for the bigger trees. And my friend Bobby and also Leaph gave me that advice, and I think it's good advice. I have a mame tree right here, and I'm going to leave jackfruits and mames and bananas and coconuts for the back row. The mango trees I'm going to keep smaller, and they're going to be in the front. Right now, at the moment, I have I had an empty spot here, so I put a banana tree. So I might leave that there. I might not. I'm not sure yet, but that's there now. Here I have two Soursap trees. I have one Soursop right here, and I have another Soursop right here. I have a Soursop in my other property that's doing great. It's about 8 feet, 9 feet tops, and it's loaded and it's doing great. So I don't plan on letting these get bigger than 8 feet tall. And back here, I have two white Sapotes. I have a Redlands white Sapote over here, and then I have this white Sapote here. This is what is this one? Homestead. So I have a Redlands and a Homestead white Sapote. So these trees will get bigger. Again, the sun's coming from this way. Now right in front of it here, I have a Bayou Tree. So there's a Bayou Tree right here. And so that's here. Coming down here, this was our second Sapodilla. Now over here I have two avocados. I have a Ooh La La avocado, which is also known as a Superhas. And I have a Day avocado. Avocados I can keep smaller, so I have them on that side. Right over here, I have another Soursop. I have a good amount of Soursops. Soursops and mangoes are the most things that I have here on this property. And maybe bananas. So that's another Soursop right there. And now we're going to get into all the different mangoes we have here. We have a lot of different kinds of mangoes there's thousands of different varieties of mangoes out there, and I did a lot of research on all of these to try to get the ones that were the most disease resistant and taste amazing and produce wonderful here in South Florida. So this one is a dot mango. It's a very reliable mango. All of the local groves say this is one of the most healthiest trees to plant from a disease standpoint, and I've tasted them and they are wonderful. And this one is Bailey's Marble. Now I haven't tasted Bailey's Marble, but I just heard great things about it. It's good with disease resistance, so I have that here. This one I believe is a Fairchild. This is a triple sect mango actually. Triple sect mango, also known as a Seacrest. So I hear that's wonderful. I haven't tasted that one. This is our Fairchild Mango tree. So this is yep, Fairchild Mango. I'm looking forward to that. Now, there was a really big mango tree right here, and I made another video about it, and I just had it cut out. And by cutting that mango tree out, it allowed me room to plant 1, 2, 3, and 4 more mangoes, or any other tree, 4 more fruit trees, by getting rid of that one big tree that was diseased and just wasn't good to begin with. If I choose to, I can still graft on this tree, and I'm still deciding to do what with that. I have a hole here for my next mango tree. My plan is to either get a pina colada mango or a super alfonso right in that spot. I also left a hole here for my jackfruit. I have a lot of jackfruit growing from seed, and there's 2 Pacific ones I really love, the black gold, and also one I don't even know the name that I got from the store recently. So I'm growing those seeds, and I left spots for 3 or 4 jackfruit trees that are bigger trees. They're going to come here in the end. Again, the sun's coming from this way. I have a banana over there, and so here's for the jackfruit. So here's another mango we got. This is the Manachanook mango. It's good mango, great, reliable. I was able to put this in since I cut that other big mango tree down, and this mango tree was big, maybe 30 feet in the air, and I cut that down, so I got this one here. So we have a banana here, which I might replace that with another jackfruit later on when I get jackfruit. And this is a Boca Champadoc. A Boca Champadoc. It's kind of a combination between Champadoc and jackfruit. So I have that here. And here I actually have a Champadoc. This is from a Champadoc seed. Not sure how well it's going to grow, but we got it in the ground, and we'll see how it does. For some reason, if it doesn't do well, we'll just put a jackfruit there. Coming to see all these other mangoes here. We have a Madame Francis mango here. This is a Haitian mango. They actually sell these at Whole Foods. A very popular mango. Does very well. We have that here. And all my mangoes are about 9 to 10 feet apart in this property. I'm not letting them get bigger than 8 feet tall, maybe 9 feet at most, but I'm keeping them pretty close, and I'm going to prune them regularly. And yeah, so this one here, I believe this one is the Venus mango. No, this one's a Guava mango. This one's a guava. And then I have bananas going along this whole wall at the back. So I have all different bananas, all different varieties that I picked out. I just didn't get any banana. And the sun's coming from this way here. That's bananas on the back wall there. Here I have, this one's the Venus mango tree. This one's a Graham mango. Graham. This one is very interesting mango. Chris from Truly Tropical said she didn't like these at first until she picked them a little unripe, and then she liked them a lot. So I got one of those. Coming here, we have an Excalibur mango tree. So Excalibur mango tree. And some mango trees are smaller than others and bigger than others, and I try to put the bigger ones in the back so they don't shade out the smaller ones, even though I plan to keep them on the same size, so that shouldn't be too much of a difference or an issue. Anyway, this one's a Glen Mango. We have this Glen Mango right here. I haven't yet counted to see how many trees are on the property, but there's a good amount. So this one is a Little Gem. Little Gem. Okay. We have coconut cream. Really excited about coconut cream. We have here white Puri mango. I had some white Puri grafts on that mango tree before I cut it, that big one. White Puri mango. I'm hearing good things about this mango. I haven't tasted this one yet, but that's going right here. This one is a red sugar apple that I moved from my other property, and it looks like it was successful. The leaves don't look great because of this time of year. But that's doing really nice right there. I'm going to keep it smaller than the mangoes, so or the same size, so it's a good spot for that. And the roots don't get bigger because it's right next to the drain field, so I left the roots smaller there. So I left that tree there. This one's a cotton candy mango. So cotton candy. Okay. Here's a fruit cocktail. Fruit cocktail. Some of you haven't even heard of these amazing mangoes. Fruit cocktail. This one's an Edgar. Edgar. This is actually the biggest mango tree I believe I have on the property right now. Edgar. And some of them were bigger, and I don't want to say I made a mistake. I learned a lesson. I cut them shorter just to let them grow more evenly. Some of them had bigger branches. Somebody said I shouldn't have done that, but they will grow back. It's not a big major issue, but they will grow back. But that's my Edgar. And this one is my little Angie here. This one's Angie. So, and I just removed this to this area, and it's going to do fine there. Now we're going to get into what I'm so excited about is the Soursaps. I just recently made a video about Soursaps, and I got a whole bunch of Soursap trees from Lowe's and Home Depot, and they've been successful in the past. So I have a Soursap tree here. Now this is an old pine tree, and this tree, I don't know how this would work. This is just, I'm testing this out. I planted this passion fruit right next to it, and as it grows, I'm going to let it grow up there. And also the same thing with dragon fruit. I'm going to let it grow up there. So we're experimenting with that. Here we have another Soursap right here. And then yes, we have another Soursap back there. Right over here we have a dragon fruit. And this being our Soursap area, we have more Soursap. We have 1, we have 2, 3, 4 more Soursap all in this area. And I know from experience with Soursap, you could leave them around 8 feet, even smaller, and they'll just find loaded with fruits. And you don't want to let them get too big so that branches won't break on them. And then over here, we have some dragon fruit posts. Now my plan is to build different types of dragon fruit posts and experiment with it. So people were telling me you could take cement blocks and build dragon fruit posts with them. I actually, my other property, built wooden dragon fruit posts. But these are one my friend Ram taught me about. And we just planted our first dragon fruit here. This is a white dragon fruit. And I just put these tires on here yesterday. You don't need the tires. So my next dragon fruit post, I already have it planned out. I'm just going to plant them together like this, but just use a 2x4 going across. And we're going to experiment that. It's all about experimenting. So that's how you're going to learn, is how to do these things. You're going to learn. So then I have over here a sugar apple. On the other side, actually this is Adamoya, and it's very close. It's a low rooted tree, and it's right next to the drain field. That area of the drain field, I'm going to put nothing there for obvious reasons. I don't want anything on a drain field. Over here I have a banana that I really love. It's a Vietnam banana. It's not a dwarf, but it's not a tall banana either. So that one will be okay here. It's not going to block anything. And it's a continuously working project. I'm here now. I'm continuing to clear this area out. And I'm going to plant some trees here. And I still have more area to grow some more trees. That is what I've been doing here the last couple of months. And I got a lot more stuff here to do. I'll make other videos about fertilizing and taking care of the trees and what I've learned. And from the mistakes I made, and also from consulting with other people that have been doing this much longer than I have. And it's just exciting that that this is available and I could do this. And you know, it's a lot of work, but it's a joy and a pleasure for me to do this. So please, if you have suggestions, comments, or ideas, put them below the video, and let's help each other out. But everything seems like it's going to do just wonderful here, and I'm excited. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to it and keep growing.